Hey guys, if you struggle with tilting, giving up, pessimism, or any other aspect of a negative or weak mentality in Valorant, you will greatly benefit from my new mentality course on Patreon. You can find that link in the top description below. I cover all of those topics of mentality and much more. It's about a 2-hour video. Enjoy this video and see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to master REYNA and how to kind of maximize your potential with her in terms of especially her abilities, but also some just kind of in general gameplay mechanics. So the first one that I'm going to be sharing with you guys is understand new and optimal ways to use REYNA's flash. So a lot of you might be thinking, isn't REYNA's flash kind of straightforward? Well, yes, it kind of is, but also there's a lot of kind of special ways you can throw her flash to make it much more effective. So the first tip that I can give you guys is kind of just one to understand how you should be flashing better in general. And this is to visualize where your flash will be in relation to the enemies that you want to flash, right? So I like to use this example here on Bind. Whenever we're attacking, I throw this flash quite often. I especially throw this flash whenever I think there are enemies that are going to play aggressive in A short. So what this does, it does a couple things, okay? So first, let me show you guys where it lands. So here you see I'm flashing here, and anyone that's pushed up here is going to get blinded, and they're going to have to shoot it. So obviously, if I'm going to flash like over here, this is not as good because like if someone's right here, then they're not going to get flashed. So you really need to think, where is the enemy going to be standing and how will my flash actually affect them? Because if you're flashing something that doesn't actually reach them, doesn't reach their line of sight, which is like where they see, then you're not going to flash them. Another thing I want to mention here is that this flash actually has a couple of purposes. One, you know, it blinds people here, obviously, but also if there's someone there, they're more than likely going to shoot it. So if someone shoots it, it tells you that there's someone at least kind of aggressive toward A short, someone somewhere up here maybe. And yeah, so moving on, the value of flashing low versus high. So basically there are a couple different ways we can flash. So let's say we are playing in U-hole. We might want to flash high here, right? So it's kind of hard for me to put into words because I kind of just know which one's better. I don't think it's actually a super big deal in a lot of scenarios, but in some scenarios, it's definitely better to flash low versus high. Whenever I flash high, I think, okay, I want to flash high to kind of throw the enemies off and also to make them flick up and like, you know, force them to like, you know, ruin their crosshair placement basically, right? So if I flash high like this and someone's running out short and they're looking here, they're gonna have to like flick up to shoot the flash, right? So this is kind of what you want to be thinking about. If you flash in a spot that, one, it blinds people, but also it forces them to change, you know, their crosshair placement significantly, then this is really good because as you flash, you can peek, and the odds of them actually. So here's another chance, another scenario where you might flash high. Another reason why you wouldn't want to flash low here is because you see there's actually a slight elevation. So if you flash low here, you can kind of hide from it. Whereas if you flash high here, these people even behind this box are going to be flashed. Also, I did want to mention that REYNA's flash does have a distance. It has a range. So if you flash from out here, these people are not going to be blinded. This is too far away. I'm sure most of you probably know that, but I just wanted to mention that. Whenever you flash low, a good place to flash low would be, you know, it's usually flashing low is better for like closer angles. So like right here, if we flash like this is pretty good if you think someone's going to be playing around here. And usually low flashes are just fine in general as well, but try to realize which one's better in certain scenarios. And next, I'm going to be talking about flashing for information and using said information to your advantage and to your team's advantage, okay? So basically, flashing for information, it's kind of like, I don't know, let's say we're defending actually, right? Let's say that we're playing in U-hole and there's no noise, right? We're the defending team. There's no noise on any side of the map. We don't hear anyone A. We ask our team, is there anyone B? And they say no noise, right? So we decide to wait 5 seconds. And then we throw a flash like this. This is a flash for info because you don't know if they're here, but you want to find out if they're here, right? This is kind of like a sky flash. If you throw a sky flash deep and it makes a noise, then you know that they're there. But here, we throw the flash for info because if they're flashed here, they're going to get scared and they're going to shoot it, which tells you. And if you hear multiple gunshots, you know that there's multiple people here. If they stand here and look at the flash and don't shoot it, they're just kind of silly, right? They're just kind of stupid, right? So they're going to shoot it. More likely than not, they're going to shoot it. Or they can hide from it, but more likely than not, they're going to shoot it if they're walking up. So that's how you can flash for information. Lastly, I want to understand when to double flash. So double flashing is it's a very kind of niche thing to do, but I like to do it especially when I'm entering or pushing onto site. So let's say I flash once, then my flash quickly gets broken, but now I know where they are because they shoot from here or here. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna flash and push. So I flash and then wait Also, one more thing about the flash. You really want to make sure that you wait for it to fully pop. So whenever you flash, there's an activation period. So whenever you flash, it takes a second for it to actually start blinding people. I will say now when it actually blinds people. Now, so whenever it's fully formed, whenever it's not fully formed, it does not blind people. So if you flash like this and peek before it forms, people will kill you. People with good aim, people that know how random flash works will kill you. Especially the higher up in rank you go, people will abuse this. If you flash, wait a sec. There's also that noise, like that noise whenever it fully forms. It'll blind people. So keep that in mind. Double flashing is good whenever you want to entry, and I'll see you guys in the next step. All right, guys. So now I'm going to be talking about the second most important thing, or arguably the first most important thing for Reyna, which is peeking aggressively to get value out of Reyna's dismiss, right? So Reyna's dismiss is often very underutilized in lower ranks. Even in like plat, diamond, like people don't fully utilize the dismiss. You have 2 dismisses max, and whenever you ult, you have a maximum number of dismisses, which means you can just take fights, and as long as your aim's on, as long as you have confidence, then you're going to be kind of insane. I think the big problem here, the general problem, is that people don't have that much confidence, and so they kind of just limit themselves by not really peeking. So if your confidence is low, if your aim's not where you want it to be, play deathmatch. That's where you'll fix both of those things for the most part. So understand that Reyna's dismiss is Reyna's most powerful or OP ability, and allows for safe and insanely aggressive fights. So I'm using the long fight here as an example. If the round just starts and you're wanting to take a fight, there's absolutely no reason you shouldn't go for it unless you've already been peeking it and you've been dying, right? So you can peek anywhere. You can peek here, you can peek here, you can peek here, you can peek here. What matters is getting 1 kill and then getting out, because that's what Reyna excels at, right? Under normal circumstances, you peek this without dismiss, you get a kill, and you try to run back. Their teammates, the enemies are going to trade you. But with Reyna, all you need to focus on is getting the first kill quick before they can kill you. So get a kill, 1 tap E, come back, right? I'm sorry I can't show you because I don't have someone here, but that's okay, right? So just imagine there's someone here, I kill them, and then I dismiss back instantly. After you get that, you don't need to really play aggressive anymore until your team is down numbers. So it's 5v4. If it becomes, say, you know, 3v4, then you're going to want to play aggressive again on defense. You can also do this on attack, but really just try to push yourself to go for kills, because once you get kills, you'll realize very quickly that Reyna has a lot of potential to really work with her dismiss. So again, you could do this in other places. I showed you the long example. You can also do it in places that are particularly unexpected. So what I like to do here a lot, instead of just wide swinging this as soon as the round starts, I like to just wait, because people do actually kind of watch this angle whenever they push. So I like to kind of just sit here, wait until they run up, and then just swing on it. And if we want to combine the flash, right, we flash a little high instead of low, and I wait for them to run up, flash, wait for the flash to fully form, and then peek. And if there's one here, you know, kill them and then dismiss back. Sometimes you don't even need to dismiss, but generally you can just do it just to be safe. And so basically what this part is really about is just understanding that you need to have the confidence to do this, right? You need to put yourself in positions in order to actually take fights where dismiss is valuable. So if you're playing back here in elbow and spawn, dismiss is not really that great, okay? So push yourself to go for aggressive fights. If the aggressive attempts at fights you take don't go too well, then, you know, maybe play back a little bit. But still, you can play somewhat aggressive. You can play like right here. You know, you can hold this angle, get a kill, and you can dismiss all the way back to right here. Also, you can dismiss for a pretty decent time. Like, you can dismiss for, you know, about, I don't know the exact time, but you know, I know about the distance. You can dismiss from here to here pretty easily. So you can also cancel dismiss early. I don't know if you guys knew that, by hitting E again. You hit E to dismiss, and you hit it again very quickly. So, you know, sometimes if you kill someone, you just hit E and then hit it again to get out if you realize you're safe, right? If you don't sometimes take aggressive fights as Reyna, you're missing out. So this is what I'm really trying to emphasize to you guys. If you do not take aggressive fights, I'm guessing you might be in a lower rank, and your aim's just kind of bad, your confidence is kind of low. These are very normal things for any rank. I would highly recommend deathmatch, and I highly recommend just experimenting with peeking different places on different maps that you think could be good for dismissing. And once you get 1 kill and get a dismiss out, you'll very quickly realize how powerful this ability is and how broken it is, especially in solo queue, right? So dismissing forward versus dismissing to safety. So this is mainly referring to attack. So whenever we're pushing, let's say we go back to A here. Let's say that we flash here. We're like, okay, guys, let's push A. I'm pushing up quickly. We run up. We clear the corner. There's nobody there. We kill one. We kill one right here. And then, so dismissing forward, I would dismiss. and then check all this stuff out, and then I would stop here. So to a lot of people, this might seem like really risky or kind of like dangerous, but the reason this is actually good is because you take a lot of space and you're clearing out all this area with you're getting vision, right? You're seeing if there's anyone here. You'd be like, there's one here, right? One shower side, or triple, one truck, right? And whenever you do this, you don't risk dying because you're invulnerable. Obviously there could be another one in U-Haul, but since I killed one toward U-Haul, like right here, I'm not really worried about there being another one, and then I could just continue pushing forward. The alternative to this is dismissing to safety. So if our intention isn't really to push forward or to take space, like this can also be applied on defense, we don't really want to be playing aggressive. So let's say that we know there's like 3 people here, and we don't want to push into them because, right, 3, that means there's 2 on B max. So we don't really want to be pushing here, but we can get a kill. We can look for a kill. Let's say we see one right here, get a kill, and you can dismiss back to like here. This is dismissing to safety, or just dismissing anywhere to be safe. Understand the difference, and mainly understand that dismissing aggressively for information is really good. So say we get a kill like right here, we dismiss all the way up to here, we clear over here while we're dismissing, and then now we're safe, right? And we can tell our team if there's anyone there. If we didn't see anyone, you know, and so on. So the main takeaway here is play aggressively, experiment, and learn what you can do, okay? All right, guys, so in this tip, we're going to be talking about REYNA's ult. In my opinion, REYNA's ult is a very simple ult. It's a very selfish ult, which means you shouldn't really be saving it at all. Like, once you get it, you should be popping it. If you're in a 1v3 clutch scenario, you should pop it. You shouldn't be scared to use it, right? You should use it for confidence, and you should use it for aggression. You should use it as a confidence booster. You should use it to scare your enemies because they're like, oh god, this guy's gonna pop off now, right? That's basically how you should use it. There's also some advantages to using it, which I'll explain here now. But when you pop REYNA ult, you should have little to no fear, right? Don't fear because you have some advantages that really give you an upper hand that other enemies do not have. So mainly you have unlimited dismisses, which is pretty insane. That means you can basically 1v5. After each kill, you can dismiss. And after each dismiss, you also go invisible when you're ulting. Most of you guys probably do know this. Obviously, I just want to kind of mention why REYNA ult is so good. Also, whenever you ult, you see enemies' outlines in red. Enemies appear as bright red, and let's see. Everything looks a little different as well. Like everything's a little bit more like darker, I think, a little darker. So what we want to do whenever we pop ult, like say I'm running up long, I'm gonna pop ult and then start running in, right? Like I'm not scared. I'm running in. I'm looking for I'm just intending to take fights here, right? I'm literally just looking for people. Say I get a kill, I'm gonna dismiss, and I'm gonna dismiss all the way up to here. I'm clearing everything out. If I see one hookah, I'm getting a kill, I'm dismissing again, dismissing the back sight. Like this is how I play when I have REYNA ult. I'm not scared. I'm pushing up. I'm telling my team that I'm pushing up, and they better follow me, right? So this is what you guys want to do as well. You don't always want to go this hard, obviously, but whenever you pop REYNA ult, you really do want to be looking for kills, and that's the main takeaway about REYNA's ult. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. The main thing is make sure you play with confidence when you pop the ult, and make sure you actually pop it. Don't save it. There's no need in saving it. You're not saving it for anyone. The only reason you're saving it is because you're scared to use it. It's only an ult for you. It's a very selfish ult, which is okay, but you should be using it, okay? You also automatically heal when you kill someone, and you overheal whenever you automatically kill someone as well. So it's basically like a normal heal, but you don't have to heal, you don't have to be tethered. As soon as you kill someone, you automatically start healing all the way up to max health, which is extremely overpowered as well. Again, very good for winning clutch scenarios, and very good for winning like 1v5s. Very good for opening sites, very good for just everything in general that you'd want as a duelist, okay? So that's REYNA's ult, and I'll see you guys in the next step. So lastly, guys, I'm going to quickly touch on REYNA's heal. There's not much to be said here, but there are a couple things that I think are worth mentioning that you probably might not fully be aware of. So whenever you kill someone, there's an orb that drops. I'm sure most of you, again, know this, but you can either dismiss or heal from that orb, and I think a mistake that a lot of people make is they either dismiss when they should have healed, or they heal whenever they should have dismissed, okay? So make sure that you're not healing in dangerous situations. So like if I kill someone here, or I kill someone here, and I think there's more coming up, then don't heal, because if you heal here, right, the problem is there's a tether. It's attached, a tether attached to you from here. It's a straight line, and it's purple. The enemies are going to see exactly where the tether leads to, and they're going to be expecting you in that position. So instead of healing in certain situations, dismiss. And instead of dismissing in certain situations, like say there's just one person here, and we know that, then just heal, right? Like if you know there's one person here, there's no need to dismiss or to not heal. But if you're pretty sure they're like pushing A, you get one, don't heal, because you're just making yourself very vulnerable, and you're making yourself very known because of the tether, right? The tether to you. Obviously, if you're an ult, you don't have to worry about that, as we just said. But other than that, one little thing you might want to keep in mind is whenever you kill someone on high ground, so like right here, again, you're going to kill them, you can heal, but what's going to happen since like you killed them back here is you're actually going to have to jump in order to get the full amount of heal. There's a lot of situations where this actually happens because there's a lot of high ground areas. Another example is over here going into hookah. So if you're defending, we kill someone right here, we start healing. We're actually going to have to jump to get the heal because again, it's a tether. If the tether is not attached to you, you will not get the heal. So we kill them. In order to get the heal, we have to keep jumping. And if we don't jump and we heal, it's gonna break. You also might have to jump to initially get the heal. Because like you kill someone, you can't heal because it's gonna say no soul orb available. But if you jump and you do it and you keep jumping, you'll actually get the full heal, which is very cool. But that is another thing I thought that would be worth mentioning for heal. Other than that, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to buy my mentality course, pretty please, with a cherry on top. DM me on Discord if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys. Much love.